Hello and welcome everybody. So in our last video, we have created our Hello World program with Cargo. So in this video, we are going to look at variables in Rust. So there will be three topics that we will be checking: variables, second is constants, and third is shadowing variables. So let's create a new project for our variables. So we'll go Cargo, new variables. So this will create our new project variables. Let's go cd variables and let me open this in VS Code. So as we can see, we have our three files: uh, source, main.rs, and this is our terminal. So let's see. So we have our hello world program. I'm going to remove this one. So how we define variables in Rust is we use let keyword for defining variables. So we go let x equals to 5. Okay. So and we are going to do print ln, and here I can see the value of x is x. Okay. So give me a minute. Let me snooze our Windsurf for now, so it won't auto complete our things. So we can see we have defined one variable, so that is x, and we have defined the value 5, and we are then printing our value. We can say print sorry, cargo run. So you can see we have printed the value of x is 5. So this is so now we are going to uh, redefine our value. So I'm going to change the value x to 6, and then I'm going to print ln. Then let me copy the same thing. So here we can see there's an error shown here for this one. Let's do cargo check and see what is the error. So it says cannot assign twice an immutable variable. So what happens in Rust is all the variables that we defined initially are uh, immutable. Okay, so we cannot change the variable by default. All variables are immutable. We have a option to make them mutable, but we have to intentionally tell Rust that we want to make this mutable, and it will be easier for our when we come back to this code to see like we made this variable mutable, so we might have changed it in the future. That's why we made it mutable. So for making a variable mutable, we just add uh, mut in front of that variable. In our VS Code, it shows mutable variable, this sign by underscore. Okay, so now this variable is mutable. We can see our error is gone. Now we can do cargo run. So here we can see both of our output. Our value of x is 5 and the value of x is 6. Okay, so both are created. So this with the let keywords we create our variables, and with mut keyword we make those variables mutable. Okay, so let's check constants. So let me comment this, copy, comment this out, paste it again. So what are constants? So in variables we have a option to make our variables mutable or immutable, but constants are definitely immutable. You cannot make them mutable at any point of time, and they have to be a constant value at compile time. So you cannot assign value at a runtime to a constant. Okay, so for defining a constant we do const is the keyword for defining a constant. So and let's say our constant value is hello, and we define it to uh, hello. Yes. Now, as you can see, we still have a error. So, like we defined our variable here. Here, when we defined our const to hello, we are seeing an error. What this error says is, let's do cargo check and see what Rust gives us. So it tells us provide a type for a constant. So this, for every constant that we will define, we have to define the type of that constant at compile time. So Rust will know what type this constant is. So we can define it as str. This is our string literal. Okay. So we can see we have defined a constant hello, and we have our hello defined here. So that's it for the constant, and we can use this constant value. So if I just go back again with our print statement and type here hello, and if I run this again, cargo run, I can see the value of x is hello. So this is the value we given, hello 1. The value of x is hello 1. So this is how we define constant. So now let's so this was our variables. This is our constant. Now let's go to variable shadowing. Variable shadowing. So what is variable shadowing is, let me show you. So I have a variable called x equals to 5. Now I have I'm going to use this variable here the same way, and let's do, sorry, we don't have a hello, now we have a x. Let's do cargo run. So we can see our value of x is 5. So we have seen this one, we can give. So now when we need to reassign the value for our x, what we can do is we can make it mutable, or what we can do is we can shadow this variable again. So I can redefine my variable x to 6. So what happens now is this x is shadowing this x, and this will be dropped. The value of this variable is dropped, and now this will be used. Okay. So if I go and run this again, we can see the value of x is 6. So we are not using this 5 anymore. Okay. So how this is different is, we could have made the variable x mutable and then made the value 6 is, we could also change the type of our variable when we are shadowing. Okay. So if we can go x equals to, I can make it a string hello, and that is a perfect type. Okay. So I have not only changed the value, I have changed the type of the variable. So that is not possible when we make it mutable. So if I go like this and make x equals to hello, and we have to make it mutable. So even I make it mutable, it shows us mismatch type, integer cannot be converted into string. Okay. So that is the one reason we may want to use our variable shadowing. Second is handling in inside scopes. Okay. So for this, uh, let's do one thing. Let's create a scope here. So now I'm going to do let x equals to let's type the value 10, and then I'm going to print this again here. Okay. So what happens in here is this we have created a new scope here. So this x value is defined inside this scope and will be destroyed after this scope, and this x value is defined inside this scope and will be destroyed after this scope. So even though we have shadowed it, this one will not be lost and will be used in uh, because this in the parent scope. So this is our child scope and this is our parent scope. So let me run this. As you can see, what happened is we went here, then we print the value 10, then we went out of scope and then we print the value 5. So here we can see this variable shadowing is used in the scope for changing a variable, and this also can be used for changing the type of the variable. So these are the two use cases as different from our mutable variable. So that's it for this video. In this video we have seen three things. First is how we are going to define a variable, how we are going to make our variables mutable so we can change their values. Second is we have seen the constants and how we create one constants, and constants can be created in our global scope so they can be used anywhere in the whole application. Third is we have seen how variable shadowing works and how do we create variables that shadow other variables. So thank you for watching this video. Bye bye.